Hello, sir. Good evening. I am
Hello.
Sumit Walita, representing Alumni Relationship Cell NMIMS Mumbai. So I am here interviewing you as a part of Up Close and Personal with campaign, which we will be running on our social media platform. So I would like to welcome you on board and thank you so much for taking this time out and like giving out to our college. So, so would you like to say something out to?
I think it's a really great initiative, bringing all the alumni together and asking their opinions, and just like understanding what their journey has been. Because I mean, everyone's journey, I believe, is pretty unique, and it has those elements which can help probably five other people who come across these videos. So I think it's a pretty great initiative. So
So
well done.
like
Really glad
yeah,
you're
yeah. So just to like I want to give the introduction to everyone who will be there. So Tathagat Bhowmik is currently working with Kelsa Solutions as a human capital consultant, and prior to this, he has worked with Indian Political Action Committee and ICICI Bank and ExxonMobil. So he's from batch 2018. So let's get started with this. So we are moving to the question round. It is sounding like we are going something like KBC, but it is not. Currently, you are a human capital consultant at Kelsa Services. So like before recently, you have worked with APEC. So how was your journey, like moving from corporate world to into this political, and how have you handled all those things? And you have worked on various campaigns in the like current elections also. So how was your journey?
right. So I think it was a great shift in my career. It's something that I really wanted to do. I really wanted to come out of the hardcore corporate structure that we have in most companies, and I wanted to work in a more autonomous, more independent sort of a thing where I am given a lot of responsibility, where I contribute to public policy or governance, and I was always interested in politics since my graduation days. And I mean, I've always followed politics, followed um, governance, policy making. So this opportunity came across, and then the plus point was that the elections were happening in my state, West Bengal, the legislative elections of 2021,
Yeah.
which I was a part of, and I got the opportunity of fighting for the political party that I believe in, the political party representing the party. So they
Hmm.
were our clients, we were the consultants. So we had to. So I was given the responsibility of three assembly constituencies end to end, all the campaigns, all the hiring, rejigging the party structure, deciding who's going to say what to the media and what's going to happen. So basically, the A to Z of how to win the election in those assembly constituencies, and the kind of freedom I got, and the kind of opportunities I got to interact with people who are actually connected to the ground and always in touch with people, and they want to work for people and amidst people. So it's like it's meeting them really widened my understanding of what society is and how I mean, we talk about giving back to society, contributing to society, but going there, going to the last level, going to the grassroots level, and looking at those people, looking at the voters, trying to understand what their problems are, and trying to bring it back to the administration and trying to formulate policies based on those research material that I've gathered is something that's really rewarding, I believe. And I've done my graduation in economics. So
Okay.
I have always been very interested in, the stakeholders in our economy, the public policy, the policy making, the governance,
Hmm.
the administration. And I have always seen that there are different stratas of society where when people belong to different stratas of society, where we can always make some policy in improving one strata. We can improve the quality of life, we can reduce the poverty gap, we can improve the standard of living. So when I got the chance of actually contributing to selecting the government which will have the responsibility of using their position of power in bringing forth policies that can benefit someone who really needs it, someone at the last mile, someone living in a village,
Mm,
someone living in a hamlet at that last point of level. And at the end of the day, I went to sleep thinking that I have done my part in voicing my opinion, voicing my political opinion, voicing my social opinion, and contributing to the governance or the policy making of the state that I was born in. So I think all of this really contributed to me choosing moving away from corporate and coming into a completely different zone of political consultancy.
yeah, I can feel you. Like I have something similar motto in my life, like giving back to the community in some point of my life. Uh, I guess you have worked in ground level, so there might be some resistance in the community. So is it like how you tackled and how your HR specialization, helped you to like tackle those situations and like around the people, different strata, all those people.
Right. So honestly, this was my first ground role because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, before
Yeah.
I worked with ICA Bank and Amazon. So
No.
both were in corporate offices. So I
Mm.
had like no. I mean, I worked for the salespeople, but then I was not on ground and working right in the
Mm.
heart of the action. Here I had to go to the heart of the action, go to field every day. So I mean, resistance, yeah. Um, when I mean the political parties, I mean the place that I was in, these parties had a lot of old politicians, very vintage politicians. So they thought that the kind of initiatives they took or the kind of structures that they had made were the structures that we are supposed to follow at this point of time, because they thought that these have worked, so these are going to work in this environment as well.
Mm.
But the problem is that the most of the data or the insight that is fed to them is fed by the uh, party workers inside the party. So it's not a neutral view. It's a very sugar coated view of the constituency or the voters that they had. So they thought that they are going to win and they are way ahead because that's the news that they were being fed by the people in
Mm.
the
Mm.
party. What we did was we gave a kind of a very neutral, a very external point of view of what the pulse on the ground was. So there's this concept called the systems concept, where we look at every unit or an organization as a system. We look at the structure, we look at the power, we look at the hierarchy, we look at the matrix. So I kind of try to use that. I looked at the structure. If the structure required a leaner structure, probably
Mm.
we had to remove certain levels of
Mm.
hierarchy. We had to make for example, the district president directly in touch with a local body president and
Mm.
not go through 3 levels of hierarchy to ease the administrative work. So all of that, I mean, looking at the entire problem like a system, looking at the entire problem like an organization, looking at the party like an organization, and then working around what can be a good leadership capabilities. Who can be a leader? Who can we change? If there needs to be a job rotation, if there needs to be new hiring, if there needs to be people who can be poached from outside. So all of that, I mean, all of those HR skills which I got
Mm.
in ICICI Bank and AkzoNobel, I kind of try to use it in making the party structure better.
Yeah, it is like sounding like how you apply everything, every bit of your knowledge into one go. So it is sounding very much exciting. So like let's move to something personal. What do you prefer to do in your spare time? Like basically.
So I do a lot of music. I write my own songs. I play. I mean, right now everything's closed, so I used to do a lot of gigs in a lot of places. I have my own band. I have my own album. So I write music. I play the guitar. I play the keyboard, and I watch a lot of movies and I read quite a bit. Whenever I find the time, I try and read about different things, not just not uh, limited to a particular topic. It can be paintings, it can be I don't know. I mean, movies, paintings, and I'm basically like I'm an art enthusiast.
Yeah,
So
I got
that's
it.
what I try to dedicate
Mm.
my free time to.
I am also a little bit of artistic person, not completely like you, but I am into like playing guitars and all. So like I want to know which book you like the most, like which is the influential book which influenced you throughout the life, like.
Influential book. Okay. I think one book that really stands out all the time is a book called Catcher in the Rye. It's a book by J.D. Salinger. It's a story book. It's fiction. And I think there was this. The main character was called Holden Caulfield, and that person was sort of a misfit. And that person, rebelled against the society, tried to break the system that was around, tried to break the status quo. So I really connected with him when I was in school, and he sort of gave me like a worldview which is very different from what my school gave me or what the society gave me. So I still kind of go back to that book whenever I feel a little lost.
Yeah, I have not read it, but I will definitely going to read it right now. So like next question is like, would you suggest yourself of past, like when you were studying MBA? So like, what would you suggest that Tathagat, like hold on something or something like this?
I think what I've learned. I've not worked for many years. I've worked for 3+ years now. So I think one suggestion that I would like to give people is that just everything passes. Nothing is permanent. Be it success or be it failure, be it a heartbreak, everything passes. Like there is always something new that's coming along. So nothing is permanent. I mean, there's this beautiful quote by this poet called Maria Rilke. So he says that let beauty and terror happen to you. Nothing is permanent. So
yeah,
things will be fine. So don't get bogged down. Don't overthink about stuff. It's all gonna work out in the end.
Okay. Any suggestion or any mantra you would want to give to the students who want to pursue their career into political affairs, policy, governance, and all those things? So what suggestion will you give? Like what path should they follow, and what do they do?
Right. Before anyone wants to work in politics or work in governance, I think it's very important to that for that person to understand how political everything is. Everything that we do in life is a result of politics. Like for example, this Zoom conversation that we're having on Zoom and not on Google Meet or on some other platform is a result of politics, because Zoom has been propagated by a certain bunch of politicians, or the rules of countries are easier for Zoom because of the people who made Zoom. So everything is political. So understanding that, realizing that, and also understanding the privilege that we have, like most of us have been born in. We are a very privileged bunch of people, and we have always received a certain kind of treatment in our life. Our life has been pretty. I won't speak for everyone, but most of us who come to MBA colleges, we have seen a particular standard of life, and understanding that privilege and not doing anything about it is something that's wrong, right? Being apolitical is the worst thing that can happen. Always have a political ideology, believe in something, believe in a particular cause, believe that your ideology should help the people who are not as privileged as you are. Work towards reducing the gap between the different stratas of society. Everyone, after you get a job, you're going to be a taxpayer. So it's your duty, it's your right. It's your responsibility to voice your opinion, have a political opinion. And if someone wants to use that to come into governance, come into public policy and have a direct impact, contribute to it with their own hands, I think there's nothing better than that. And I would just tell them, just go ahead. It's a very rewarding process because you see the results in front of you when a policy is made in a country or a state.
Yeah, it is sounding something like great we can achieve out of it. So we are done with questions. So I want to move. We are going to move into rapid fire round. So let's say tighten the seats. So what was your favorite subject?
Organization behavior.
Okay. And what was your favorite faculty at SBM and MMS?
That's a good question, but I think I connected the most with Vijayani Patnaik ma'am and Sima Rawat ma'am.
Yeah.
So I'm still in touch with them.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I connected the most with them, so they are my favorite faculty.
Okay. So, what was your most memorable experience in an MMS? Like, which stayed with you?
Okay. Um, I, I don't know. I think the day I got a PPO and I went to college and I got a lot of validation and a lot of congratulations from everyone. So I think that was a very good moment in my life where everyone congratulated me and I felt really good about being in college and being around people.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah, that was
yeah, PPO is like a dream for many people, you can say. Yeah, I can. So, like, if not MBA, what would you have done?
music.
Hmm. Yeah. So, and one more thing, like, what was your favorite place like to go to in Mumbai, like when you were studying here?
Oh, in Mumbai. Okay.
Yeah.
Mumbai, I think. So there was this cafe called Roadhouse Blues. It was in Andheri,
Yeah, yeah.
and we used to have karaoke nights in every
Yeah.
alternate. Whenever I used to, get bogged down and I felt a little down or felt a little sad, I used to go with my friends and just sing my heart out there and
Yeah.
just have a time. And Bombay always gives you a really good time. You go back home at the end of the day pretty satisfied. So I would say, yeah, that cafe.
So, like, is it okay for someone not having plan, or like we have to go with like certain plan? Yeah, like you are recommending go with flow or something, like having a proper plan and going on.
I don't know actually. I can tell you about myself. I am not a person having a very fixed plan has never worked for me. I mean, I have a overview of my plan. I know what I want to achieve. I know where I want to go. I know certain things that are going to help me achieve those, achievements. Get those, and then I just go with the flow. I take it as it comes. I don't have like a schedule or a certain plan, or like a day wise or a week wise or a month wise plan. I just like go with the flow as long as I'm fixed in achieving that larger narrative or the larger picture that I want to achieve in my life. So that has worked for me. I guess it might work for others as well.
Okay. Like we are almost done with questions. Like I just want to ask you one final question. Like one mantra you can give it to like MBA community. So like what one thing they should keep in mind in life?
Like I said before, don't take things too seriously. I mean, work is important, but life is also pretty important. And it's not just about work. It's about enjoying the work, enjoying your life, doing things that you actually want to do. Take a break after a while if you feel like too drained out. Do your own stuff, travel around, go around, read a good book for an entire week, take a week off. So that's my advice. Like, don't take things too seriously. Everything passes and nothing is permanent.
Yeah, it was like very much exciting, and you can say like a very much new perspective I got from this interview. Like it was really like helpful, and like I got something new to learn. So thank you so much for your valuable time giving out to us, giving out to NMMS community. And we would like to thank from like ARC team. I'm basically representing them. So thank you so much.
No issues. My pleasure.